All right, so my name's Jim Merhaut, and I'm here with Michael Metzinger, and it looks like he is frozen on his screen again, so we'll wait for him to reconnect. But Michael is a longtime parishioner. Michael, I think you've been a parishioner for life?
Most, I think, so I'm 30, and I would think at least 25 years of my life.
Oh, okay.
I got married. I had a short stint when we belonged to St. Luke in Boardman, where my wife had belonged for her whole life.
Yeah.
But we're back at St. Joe's. So for pretty much my entire life, I've been a member.
Yeah, good. So just for the folks who are watching, so Michael has been involved with all kinds of ministries at St. Joe's, and so why don't you just give a quick bullet point? What have you been involved with? What are you currently involved with?
So currently, and I've been probably for the last maybe 2.5 years, I've been a member of the St. Joseph Finance Committee. I'm a CPA. I work at Hillbarth and King in Canfield. So Father had asked me to be a part of the Finance Committee, which is being with fellow parishioners and seeing the inner workings of the parish. So I've enjoyed working on that. Prior to that, I've sat on a few different things with Jim. I was part of the mass scheduling committee with St. Joe's and Immaculate Heart. Once I came back as a member, I think probably back in 2017 or so. Been nice to get involved with the parish again.
Yeah, well, we love having you involved. So I've got a few questions for Michael related to stewardship, and we're going to be driving this conversation towards the new feature of online giving that we have on our website to help parishioners get more familiar with that and comfortable using it. But stewardship is not just about giving money; it's about just our generous response to the work of God in our lives. So I'm going to have Michael talk about some of this stuff. So first question is, what motivates you to share your time with the church?
So, I mean, we talked about it a little bit just a minute ago, but just the parish itself has played such an important role in my life. Like I said, I think probably at least 25 years of my life I've been a member here. I received my first reconciliation, Holy Communion, confirmation here. My two young boys were just baptized within the last 2.5 years. And I attended St. Joseph's School when we previously had a school. So it's just played an important role of my life. And I think it's important because of that to donate some of my time and my talent to help the parish grow.
Yeah, let me follow that question up with a little detail inquiry here. So what is it that is important to you, just like in life in general, just like that's something that's really important to you that you think draws you into St. Joe's?
So I always revert back to when my father, he got an award at Urson High School when I was a senior, when I was in my senior year there. And it was a quote, "To whom much is given, much is expected." And I always kind of look back on that quote in different things in my life. I know St. Joseph provided me a great education when the school was open, and it's played an important role in forming my faith. So as a result, I think it's my responsibility to be able to give back to the parish, just overall, and just to help the parish in a multitude of ways.
Yeah, that's great. So second question, what's it like when your unique talents contribute to the work of the parish?
Well, my unique talent, I guess, would be just my knowledge on the accounting and finance side, and just working with the fellow finance committee members and Father to make sure that we're good stewards of all of the financial support we receive from our parishioners. It's important that we live within our means, just like we all have to personally, and it's important that the church does as well. So in that respect, it's gratifying, but it's just one of those things that all of us have our unique talents and abilities that I encourage everyone. If there's something that you're good at, whether it's singing or perhaps we have other accountants, or just feel compelled to help with different things with different ministries, in the parish. I think it's important to really give back, and it's trust me, it's volunteering, whether it's at St. Joe's or on some other committees that I'm on. It's something that's very gratifying for me.
Yeah, yeah. I hear that a lot with people who volunteer. It's just it just makes you feel good to be involved in good things that are making the community a better place to live. And so for parishioners, I would encourage you to go to our website homepage, www.stjosephaustintown.org. And the first drop-down menu, you'll see that there's an item called Get Involved. And if you click on that, that'll take you to a page on our website that lists all of the ministries that we have going on in the parish. And most of those ministries are clickable, so you can get to more detailed information about the ministry. So if you're not involved and you want to get involved, that's a good place to start. Just go and learn about the things that are happening here. All right, next question. So Michael is a regular contributor to the parish financially, and so I'd just like to know, what does your financial contribution symbolize for you?
Well, I think it's really important to kind of look at the current situation we're in our country. We're fighting a major virus, and there's so much uncertainty. And I think a lot of us right now are turning to our faith to help us through this period of uncertainty. I know a number of people the nerves are there. We're all nervous about how could this possibly impact us, and we're turning to our faith. And I just view it as it's important to continue to financially support the church, all of its different ministries, and so it can continue to do all of the good things it offers, whether it be our parishioners or just a community of Austintown in general. But I definitely think it's important right now, although we're not able to celebrate Mass together as a community, we are still able to support it. I know Jim has been working with some other parish staff on some Facebook Live feeds for some prayer services, which is great. So we're still able to virtually support the parish, and I think financially is an important means to continue to support our parish.
Yeah, so would you say that the financial giving is sort of a symbol of the other ways that the parish gives?
Correct.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so you have used the online giving that is new at St. Joseph, and there have been a number of parishioners that have been using it. It seems like there are more and more each day that get on there and try it out, so it seems to be working pretty well. So what was it like for you to use that for the first time?
So, well, first off, I think it's worth mentioning, we've, on Finance Committee, this idea has been thrown around probably a few times over the past 18 months. So when I heard that in Father's, I believe it was in his April letter to all the parishioners, that the parish was introducing online giving, it was something I was happy about. And quite frankly, I just think it's the absolute perfect time to introduce this to our parishioners, because just the ultimate convenience that it provides. And you could, in theory, you could continue to write a check and put it in an envelope and mail it to the church. But I think once parishioners log in and check it out, they'll be more willing to roll with this in the future, because it's a lot easier to do this and go into your mailbox once a week and writing a check, or perhaps writing multiple checks if there's a secondary collection. So just overall, the process, I went on, and it's pretty much like a two-step process. The first screen was just selecting your contribution amount and what it was appropriated for, whether it's the weekly Sunday collection or maybe it's a holy day of obligation. You can make that selection, and you could even set up recurring contributions, which is ultra convenient. I think plenty of people in this day and age are using online banking for their utilities. I know I do. So although I get paper bills, I don't have to worry about writing a check every month. It just pays, it just goes out automatically. So you could set something like that up. And then the second page was just pretty much selecting how you want to pay it, whether it be automatically withdrawn from your bank account or through a credit card. And then after that, that's that. And you could set up an account on there. It can track your givings on just in perpetuity. And as somebody who's been looking at a lot of tax returns in recent weeks as a CPA, that information does come in handy. And it's nice to have that available to you at any point in time.
Yeah, I was also surprised at how quick and easy and it was to use the system. I tested it out the first time when we released it, and I was thinking, and it seemed a lot easier than some other ones that I had used with other churches that I connected with. So pretty happy with how it came out. So folks, if you want to access it, again, simply go to the home page of the website, and there's a large button. Scroll down just a bit, you'll see a large button that says Online Giving, and that'll take you right to the page where you can get started. So any advice, what would you say to others who are hesitant? Because a lot of people are hesitant about online giving. What would you say to them?
Well, as my wife would probably like to remind me, I can be a little bit hesitant to change. And I think some siblings of mine would probably say I could be stubborn at times. But I think, honestly, if parishioners just give it a shot, especially with everything going on, there's a lot of uncertainty as to when we're going to be able to come together as a community and celebrate Mass together in person. And until then, I'd say just give it a shot. Log on the website. And like I said, it's extremely user-friendly, very easy to use, two-step process. And I think once people give it a shot, honestly, and if you set up recurring contributions, you don't have to worry about it. As someone who has 2 young kids, I know that one of the last things we do every week before we rush to Mass, whether it's on Saturday afternoon for the 4:30 liturgy or on Sunday morning, is grabbing the envelope, grabbing a check, and writing that before we put the kids in their car seats and rush. And this would be one less step that we have to work with right before we're heading to Mass every week. So I just think it's ultra convenient. And I know a lot of other parishioners or a lot of other parishes in the region are using similar types of programs. And so I'm happy to see St. Joseph's now offer it as well.
Yeah, great. Okay, well, I think that's about all we have time for. And so again, just if you want to learn more about this, go to the St. Joseph website homepage, and there's more information there. One of the other features that we're not currently advertising is that people can also give through texting. So if anybody is interested in that, you can contact the parish office, and we can tell you what the codes are to use texting. But so thanks, Michael. Really appreciate the time and all the help that you give to the parish in all 3 categories: time, talent, and treasure. You're really a model parishioner, so we appreciate all you do for us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.